Hello friends, I'm Chris and welcome to another video. Apple unveiled their latest iPhones 2 weeks ago and our Western friends might have the devices on their hands right now. You lucky you. Unfortunately for me and my Filipino friends, we may be a month away from its official availability here in our country. If you're upgrading to the iPhone 13 this year, here are 13 things Apple conveniently didn't tell you in their California streaming event that may or may not sway you to get a different variant of the model you're actually aiming for. If in case you already have or ordered yours, these are fun little details you can check out. Let's get into it! For starters, Apple did not tell you that these phones are now thicker, which may affect how you grip and hold on to your devices, and are now a few grams heavier than last year's models across the board. I don't know how substantial it is, but the gains probably came from the slightly bigger batteries they now have, which means longer battery life. Apple simply told us in the event that the iPhone 13 Pro Max will get 2.5 hours more battery life. But it's actually a lot more if you look into how you're mainly using your device for. It's slightly shorter on the other devices but up to 25 hours of video streaming or 95 hours audio playback. That's outstanding! Aside from the higher refresh rate on the Pro's screen, a bigger change on all iPhone 13s is the smaller notch. This is something you will notice for sure, but Apple didn't tell you that it's also a teeny bit taller. And another part of the phone that got taller are the cameras. They protrude more than the previous phones because of new camera tech packed inside, like the ultra-wide lens on the Pros that doubles as a macro lens for both photo and video. I don't know why Apple didn't show that macro video mode in the event because I think this feature is really incredible. One more untold camera change is the Telephoto Lens now only has an f2.8 aperture. Yes, you do get 3 times zoom now, but a lot less light can get in this lens compared to the previous f2.2 of the 12 Pros. Turning over to videos, the new cinematic mode that lets you rack focus on a subject during or after you took a shot is bonkers, but Apple kept the detail that it's limited to 1080p at 30 frames per second. Another new video feature for this year's Pro iPhones are ProRes video, a higher quality format, but apparently you can't use it together with the cinematic mode. Maybe it will be too much for the processor, but one thing's for sure, ProRes will eat a lot of your storage space. That's why they are limiting 4K ProRes recording to the 256GB models and higher. And the worst thing about this, it won't be available with the iPhone 13 Pros at launch and will just be added via software update coming soon. Digging inside the iPhone's internals, Apple also doesn't disclose the amount of RAM they put into their devices, but we now know that the 13 and 13 mini has 4GB and the 13 Pro and Pro Max have 6GB, which is the same as last year's models. Another thing that's almost the same as last year is the CPU's performance. Apparently, this year's processor scores only a few percent more. Apple kept comparing the A15 to the competition and not last year's A14, unlike what they've always done prior. Now that you know the 13 things Apple didn't tell you about their new iPhone 13s in their online event, are you upgrading your iPhone this year? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you learned something new or it helped you decide which iPhone to get. If you did, please give this video a like so that it will be recommended to more iPhone upgraders out there. Also, please subscribe as I have more informative videos like this lined up for you. Thank you so much for your time watching and hope to see you in the next one. Ingat!